Welcome back to the newest edition of My Case Monday. Today we are tackling income. So I've logged into my demo file of my case, and it always starts at the home page. So we need to scroll down the left side, bump out the accounting menu. We've already tackled dashboards and banking. And so now today we're in income. Income is a section. Now this is available because the way my case, the licensing works. So your firm, you can set up people to have access to my case for the case management, and then separately my case accounting. My case accounting includes, you have the firm user plus an accountant. So two people are included in that one fee every month. If you assign a bookkeeper or an accountant to my case accounting, they don't have full access to the rest of my case. They don't have access to the case management system. So they won't have access to everything here. They only have access to reports. So a bookkeeper who only has access to my case accounting, they'll only see accounting and reports. They don't see the rest of this. They can't get into your case management system. That's like a different side. It's filtered out, I should say. So that's why this income summary is here. And this is great because clients will call me and they'll say, hey, I'm really struggling. I'm kind of in a panic mode right now. I need to report to court in an hour and I need to know total fees billed for this case. And I'm like, oh yeah, absolutely. So I can go in as an accountant who does not have access to the case management side. I can log into my case. I can go into this account or this income right here, this income section. And I can say, oh, okay, tell me what is the name of the case? And they say, oh, it's Able v. State of Florida. So I can go in and just say, using these filters and apply the filter. And I can say, oh, right here, you've paid, like you've had two invoices. One is paid and one is overdue. And then I can give the information to my client from there. And then they're ready and they can get to court. Now, the one thing that I love the filters. I wish there were some more because I don't always need to know by court case. Sometimes I need to know total invoicing by client, and clients could have multiple cases. So I wish there were another filter in here for contact, because to use the same terminology. Right now, these filters are either going by this invoice date, so the date range, or this court case is by the case name, and then status for status. So I wish there were another filter on here, an option for a filter to be able to filter by contact. And then additionally, I would love if we could have subtotals here, meaning don't make me bring out the 10 key to add up these columns, which this isn't bad because it's 2 rows. But when you have cases that have 40 lines, that's, you can't add that up in your head. You've got to pull out a 10 key or a calculator or a spreadsheet and get that added up. So it'd be great if we could have down here. So we have this line. So somewhere down here, if we could just have any dollars, any columns with dollars, if we could just have some subtotals there, that would be amazing. But this would give me, most times if a client asks me, how much should I bill a client? I can go right in here and I can filter it very quickly by case. Or if a client says, hey, I'm really struggling with cash flow, and I'll say, well, how much have you billed in the last 90 days? Because if you don't bill, then clients don't know how to pay you, so they don't pay you. So that chokes your money coming in, right? So I can go in here and I can say, oh, time frame, last 90 days. And then I can apply that filter. So I can say, oh, look here, this is how much. This is why you have no money coming in, because you haven't billed very much. You've only billed a couple things and only one has been paid. Oh, well, and the one that was paid is 0. Again, this is a demo file. That's why things look a little strange sometimes. This gives me different information. So as an accountant, I like this income summary screen within my case accounting because it helps me to be able to go through and look at to quickly be able to filter things, to be able to answer client-specific questions. Same as with other areas. The fields that are in blue, those are hyperlinks, meaning they're going to take you to something if you click on them. And how I can tell is not only are they blue versus this stuff is black, but normally I have an arrow. And when I hover over a blue field, it turns into a hand with a little pointer finger. And so when you click on that, so here it's going to take me to the invoice number. If I click on this, it's going to take me to the contact page. If I click on this, the case name, it's going to take me to the case information. If I go to details, it's going to give me a details page. However, the details page is only going to work on the items that are paid because there's no details if they're not paid. And this just gives me a quick summary without opening up the entire invoice and trying to look through the whole thing. Accountants can appreciate looking at, because now we're talking debits and credits. Now, I talk debits and credits in my head. I don't talk debits and credits to clients, but sometimes a client asks me a question and they'll say, hey, something doesn't look right with this account. And for me to research it, when I see debits and credits, that makes more sense to me. And then I can translate that back into an answer for the client because maybe something got posted backwards. Okay. And then that's why it looks weird. But this invoice details, it's going to tell you the total of the invoice, how much was paid, how much is remaining. And then this one just ended up, there was a description, a refund on June 3rd for $84.05. And so the journal, so that's this journal entry tab. And then payments, it'll say, what happened. It'll talk about the payments. It'll give you information about that. And when you click done, it clears that screen. So let me know what you like about the income summary tab. What filters would you like? And what do you think about my suggestion at the bottom, putting subtotals down here? And on this page, the subtotal would be for the page. Would that be helpful? Let me know what you think. And if you have any questions, let me know.